front in this 10-lap sprint race for the service rental and sales super late model division, driving the Batman Plumbing and Heating, Lejeune Financial sponsored Chevrolet. Welcome back, number 51, Jeremy Van Hoy. Woo! Outside of him, the sophomore sensation from Sault Ste. Marie, driving the North Shore Sports and Auto Chevy powered number 33. Give it up for Jordan Raquetta. Starting row 2 on the inside of the Sims Custom Countertop, sponsored number 47. He's second fastest tonight. 3 feature wins so far in 2025. He'd love nothing better than to go home with a couple of wins this weekend. Please welcome back a former 2-time champion and the point leader in the super late models, Jordan Sims. Outside of him, tonight's quickest qualifier, the Flawless Roofing, sponsored number 77, the defending 2-time super late model champion. Give it up for 21-year-old Chase Wilson. On the inside of row 3, starting at the back tonight, he looked so good a week ago, bagging a modified feature and a super late model feature. He's back behind his popular number 61, sponsored by Castle Realty and Julie Feifel. How about a warm welcome back to Kid Dynamite, Dustin Jackson. And debuting a brand new car for himself tonight from Gooley River, Ontario. This man is 1 for 1 in Outlaw Super Late Model features this summer at the Laird International Raceway, making his second trip to the 3rd mile. How about a warm welcome back to Gooley's Jay Palumbo. All right, race fans, it is your turn. Let's count them down. And then the drivers, start your engines. Command as loud as we can be tonight. Starting them off at 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go racing tonight at the Laird Raceway. Ronnie, back up to you in the tower. Oh, that's a ugly looking start. He does not like that. Ready to ride. them around. Coming out of two. Robert Hyman, the Hayes Hustler lead. Harrington all over the back of the 50 car, looking down the front. Harrington looking on the bottom. Robert closes the door in the 50. Harrington. On the bottom, Harrington looks to the outside. He's got Irwin third. He looks to the bottom. Touch lightning going to 3-4. Harrison Patrick looking raced out to 84. He's up to 4. Coming to the front. The Laird International Raceway. Robert Hyman running the corner one up high. Rewind there, take through what thought about it, then backed out of it. Get down the back straightaway. He's got him now. Robert has to stay on the bottom. What a race here. This is the late model. Race number 2. Harrington and time up high. One of Kevin Harrington's first time on the track this year. And look at this Patrick outside of Hyman trying to get to spot number 2. 21 of Kevin Harrington with that thing hooked up on the top. Wow, what heat racing action here tonight at the Laird International Raceway. And Ron, that 15 puffing some smoke. They're going to have to catch the pack in a hurry. Here they come to the start of the race. What do you mind? There goes the 94. just says, I'll be there for that bounty money tonight. Come see Daniel as well. factory stock division. They started 12 of them. They go green to checkered. Here's your top 5, finishing 5th from the rear. Aaron was going out with Johnny Shadow in the 5th spot. Wyatt in the 4th. All white machine out of Indian River, Michigan. Jim Pascal, the 76th. Raceway on CBS, Ron. 1, 2, 3 in there real late. It didn't look like he was able to stop, but they just kept adding to the collection. What a race that was. Mark Blackstone's second win of the night for the driver sponsors. Let's finish some of the sponsors. He's got a whole page full. We made her halfway through last time. Highway Variety, and 67 Kenny Sports to the 75. Number 2 for the Highland Ford Factory Sponsor. That's trouble to praise there, Ronnie. Yeah, rolling off the track. Our quick qualifier actually changed lap. John Wagner working the outside in the 88. Hanging pretty tough on the outside. Wagner is. Here comes the way of Grant Howard. First time in that race car. First time on the race. And give him a little bit of lap. That kid's going to be front for the front, I'm sure. Howard on the third, working the outside. He's got the oh, he's thinking pretty wide. You don't want to do that here in LIR. They all make it go for now. And a hard back out of it. Wisely back out of it. Boy, Ron Wagner stuffed in that outside move. Here comes Ford from the bottom of Tucker trying to squeeze in. Who's going to give way? Tucker gives a move. Wagner nearly tipped in that guardrail, the front stretch of that black front to the back in the last 3 or 4 laps for Wagner in the 88. Here comes Italy. Rolling out of 2. Don't leave it for the wheel. We have trouble. Hart gets through it. Our races. Darcy Reed with a quick pass on Tyler Carter. Oh, baby, what we got one over. There, 3 and 4. I got this guy. Here we go. Chapman up to third. He had his way with the one more. Chapman goes around. Got a long way to come back to the front of this one. Could this be the end of the street for Aaron Chapman? El Capo in serious trouble. Your leader is 4. That's Ross
how's that for a bump and run coming out of 4 for all the marbles? I tell you, at track level down this back straightaway, these guys are moving, man, I tell you. It's pretty intimidating. You get a lot of power.
Ronnie, you're going to have to ask them about the bump and run.
Well, there we go, the winner. What a moment. Want to introduce yourself and let you know these race fans who you are?
Let me catch my breath here.
Go ahead, you got to speak loud.
Oh, I don't think I'm out of breath here right now. That was a good race. Ross put up a good race for a couple laps. You know, Capo, as you guys said last week, the week before, oh, that was pretty slippery coming out of turn 4. I guess that's what happened to Darcy. You got little 2 loops coming out of there, and it was a little hectic. I felt myself kind of up on 2 wheels in the air, but he was up on 2 wheels at one point.
Well, that was outstanding. I tell you, at track level, these things are really impressive. So here we go, race fans. Give it up for the winner over here, the tractors, El Capo.
Ready to ride, and we're underway. Miller looking to lead lap number 1. On the back bumper, Jeremy Van Hoyt. Inside of Miller. this third mile oval in roughly about 4 full-time years out at the Speed Palace, and he had to earn this one tonight because there was no easy way around that 51 of Jeremy Van Hoyk, who had a stellar race going on tonight. Van Hoyk settles for third. Chase Wilson gets by him for second. What a run for this guy. He's got the helmet off, takes the harnesses off, and will let him climb out of the car after a thrilling 30-lap feature event. Give it up for Jordan Sim. Well, put her there, bud. That was one heck of a late model feature event, and you had your work cut out for you to get around that 51.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun. Good racing with Jeremy there. He was giving me the inside a little bit there. I just knew he wasn't going to give it up there, so I had to make a move on the outside. And it just stuck driving into 3, and just happy to be at Victory Lane again. It's great to be here. Lots of family here, lots of friends. And it's great to be in Victory Lane and something that honors Michael Parsons.
Well, and talk about that. You won this prelude to the Michael Parsons a year ago, second in the big one a year ago. What does Michael Parsons mean? You tell these race fans how dear to your heart he is.
I mean, he was a family friend for a long time, and he traveled the road with us for years. So obviously he meant a lot to us, so it's great to honor him a little bit here. Obviously tomorrow night will be even better, but it's just great having an opportunity to tell how much Michael meant to everybody around here, and George in the pits here, so it's great.
Michael really took you under his wing when you got into racing as a 13-year-old, and he traveled with you through the ASA series. He traveled with the CRA series. Pretty much until the time he passed, he was right there with you all the way.
Yeah, I mean, Mike literally drove down every single road. We drove down to Laird, to the States, everywhere. So, I mean, lots of great stories, lots of memories, and just great to honor him here.
You did that tonight with a fine drive. Spectacular once again behind the wheel.
Thank you, and awesome to be here, and thank you to all the fans for coming tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Give it up for him, Jordan Sims, the winner in car number 47. Ronnie, back up to you, my friend. 20 laps, here we go. Right at the start, and quickly goes to the infield. I think we got 3 cars off the back. Flag is out. That looks like Coturnier but Johnny Miano, well, he gets the bonus bounty money put up for beating his brother Christopher tonight at $350 from an anonymous Laird Raceway supporter. He picks up an extra $350 from the car owner of that 51, Van Mark Builders, Jeremy Van Hoyt. Plus, he gets the winner's portion from the Laird International Raceway. He won more than most late models tonight. How about it for him? Johnny Miano. Wow, there's 78. 5, Ronnie and green. We are racing.
Coming out of 4.
Oh boy.
In a tire. Coming out of 4, Ronnie. Boy, I don't know if you want to take that.
good profile seats here tonight, you know it. Ashley Morris, your leader. And she's on company. Now down to a couple of car lengths. Chris Pinder trying to close in, but sitting outside of Ashley. Chris Pinder blows it for everyone. We won't get a female winner this one tonight, Ron. But I'm like this with the swap with the one side now. Ashley Morris. It's a win for her for sure, Ron.